the still water of Ladybower. This is a route that I've driven past loads of times but never made the time to walk it until today, so I'm really looking forward to this. It's quiet and hurried, a morning that's going to ask us to settle before we move. Before we take a step, let's pause for our ritual peaks. Personal, slept well, legs steady, mind clear. Environment, well, there's a light breeze here but forecast 16, gusting 32 ahead of a cold front that's approaching from the east. The woods will shelter us at first, but broken cloud and probably rain later. Accompaniment solo today, so I'll check in with myself as the climb builds. Knowledge, the route's all planned, up Wind Hill, up through the woods, and then I'm not going straight up, but I'm going around the woods, up Wind Hill, and we're dropping down the other side, and then later across the valley, up Bamford Edge. Safety kit's all sorted, layers packed, someone knows where I'm heading, peaks checked, good to go. This walk is about perspective. It's climbing, descending and seeing the same valley from the different heights. Well, we're just taking the path up through the woods up towards New Barn, and we are taking the gentle rise out of the valley as we start this steady incline, which makes me think of a scenario of what if one of the group starts to take a really fast early pace, zooming on ahead. So do you try and match their pace, or do you try and slow things down for the route ahead? Leadership here is subtle, not control, just awareness. Quiet return to peaks helps us read the moment. Another way to read the moment is through things like Naismith's rule. That simple guide for estimating time on hill: steady walking pace plus extra time for every 100 metres of ascent. Typical walking of 4k an hour means 1 kilometre, or the width of a finger on a standard OS Magenta 1 to 50,000 map, is 15 minutes plus 1 minute per a 10 metre contour. It's not all about the maths on the move, it's more about the perspective. If the group starts pushing too fast here, you can feel the rule slipping. The climb ahead will cost more energy than the early enthusiasm would suggest. Do you ease the pace now to protect the later legs, or do you let the group run a little, just paying for it on the bit of it, the steeper bit, probably a bit more, a few more breaks? Leadership in these moments is quiet. A reminder that good pacing is a form of safety, and that Naismith's rule is less about the calculation, it's more about a way of seeing the shape of the day. Just here was one as we walked through the woods and up. It's one of them classic areas and woodlands where suddenly paths just open up. There's, if you can see here, we've just walked up here. Now the marked line on the map is up this way. We're heading up the hill up here. This path isn't even on the map, but we know we're in the right place. There's this gully just here with a stream in it that is marked on the map, and it's linear to this path, so we know that we wouldn't be crossing over and going up there. We know that this is the correct route. When you come out of the trees, you don't have to start the little bit of descent that I'm doing today. I'm just wanting another little view, approaching from around the edge of the lake. So you could just continue straight up to the top of Wind Hill. Again, it's the map giving you options on a day where you're trying to get a certain number of miles in, or time's not a factor like for me today. Then yeah, take this little extended dog leg. Equally, if the weather drops poor and you're not feeling it, it's nice to know that you have got those sections of the walk that you can just cut short. Again, giving you smart choices as you take the day. Ask yourself, Is this the path? Now, one of the clues you can use is that along here we've got barbed wire right next to the path. We've also got a corresponding path track down there. That's probably people who meant to walk this path but turned off too late, and therefore the other side stuck to the other side of the barbed wire and they've made their own path down. But if we look on the map, the hard feature is this old remnants of an old wall here. The path is that side of the wall, so although this is well trod, the path is the other side, away from the barbed wire. There's a bit of a clue on where you should be walking. Just crossing this little stream here. Do you remember in that previous episode about crossing where, or those features of where Juncus is? What does it mean to help you cross that stream? Well, that extra leg was absolutely worth it for that view. You can see the gorge over there, up towards Mam Tor. Well, I've been walking in the shadow of the hill for most of the morning, and it's meant I've been out of the wind. Certainly found us. Well, here at the trig point, the whole valley opens. Ladybower below, Kinder beyond, and a moment where the landscape feels wide and honest. Consider if heavy cloud begins to build earlier than forecast. Do you shorten the next leg? Do you adjust the pace? Do you swap kit or continue with closer attention? Small decisions here shape the rest of the day. Nothing dramatic, just steady judgments. The descent is softening, the mood shelter's starting to return a bit, footing is changing back to nice green paths, and the air's warmer. What are the smart choices if a small stream is running higher than expected? Do you cross where planned? Do you move upstream or reroute entirely? Oh, well, that is one beast of an ascent to get out of Bamford. It's just a slug. Let me just show you. It's a nice track, but keeping my camera level, and my camera's level, I get an idea of the gradient. It's a bit of a slog, but we're up. The reward, a long open edge with the whole valley beneath you. Wyn Hill now behind. A reminder of where you've come from. The beauty of here has seen many photographs. Here I think is one of my top 10 places in the peaks for photos. What if someone wants to stand close to the edge for a photo? Two people drift ahead near a rocky section. How do you balance their enthusiasm with safe positioning? Do you call them back firmly or use it as a moment to reset expectations? Leadership here is simple, human, and shaped by the landscape. As the path starts to descend, the edge starts to pull way behind us, and the day starts to settle towards the end, and we've climbed, we've crossed, and we've looked back. And that's the heart of Peaks Compass, using the landscape to understand how we move, how we lead, and how we choose. Peaks, personal, environmental, accompaniment, knowledge, safety. It's that ritual that keeps every journey honest. Thanks for walking episode 8 with me. Keep your compass steady and consider your next smart wrist choice.